Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordumt and we are back for some more Baldur's Gate 2. So in the last episode we finished up the Planar Sphere quest. We got the Planar Sphere as a stronghold because we are a mage class or subclass, let's say, being a sorcerer. And I've decided to actually try and take care of some of the quests in the mage stronghold. In this case, the Solamnic Knights. So, we have to speak to Rybald at the Adventurer Mart, we know this person, and see if he can help us out in this particular quest. So he's over here. Good. And I'd also like to mention that finally I remembered to actually sort some of the scrolls I had in my scroll cases, and now the first one is gonna be the useful in certain situations scroll case. So stuff like resist fear if I ever get feared and don't have access to Viconia, breach for obvious reasons, dispel magic, vocalize, also restorations, some counter magic stuff, spell trust and secret words, some cloud kills for anti-casters, and some power word silences, you know, just in case I need to shut someone up. Chaos and Death spell to deal with summons. Okay. So finally got that done. So if I ever need a scroll for any particular situation, I know that I can search that scroll case and be done with it.
I know little of you, other than the usual graces. You've mysteries in you, and secrets. That face holds tales in its creases.
Ooh. What about the time before the life? Before the endless travel, days in the dark and death at your heels? Who was your closest ally then? Gorion, a wise man, good teacher and greater friend. Why do you consider him such a good teacher and close friend? I'm not sure she's gonna appreciate this. Gorion was patient. He had the patience of a true-born parent. Without him, I don't know what would have become of me. If only we all had such advantages. The blood of a god, the kindly guiding hand. I do hope for what lies ahead that Gorion instilled strength in you as well. He did, lady. He did. Don't you worry. Nobody will come between Palpatine and his ascension. Okay.
Do it.
So, Mr. Rybald.
Rybald Bardaman at your service.
Alright, okay, so the stuff we've seen before many times. Now, I need to send a group of Solamnic Knights back to their plane. Can you help? Well, now that is something I'm not asked every day. Another plane, you say? Strangeness indeed. Do you or do you not have means to help them? I may have something that fits your bill perfectly. Yes, I believe I do. I know a mage, a fine mage. She has been known to do a favor on occasion. Yes, the more I think of it, the more I am sure she can do exactly as you have asked. Okay, that is excellent. What are we standing around here for then? Yes, she can do exactly as you have asked, for a fee. I recall her banishing a planar creature before. That was quite costly. That was a single creature, and you say you have multiple ones? I think the enterprise will cost you, 9,000 gold. 9,000 gold? That's outrageous. That depends on who you ask. These knights of yours might think it quite reasonable. Take it or leave it. Okay, well, since our options are either send them back to their plane, which will cost me 9,000 gold, I can try and make them become part of the Order of the Radiant, of the most noble Radiant Heart, or I can kill them. So let's try and send them back to their plane. Okay, I have a lot of money currently, so it should be fine. Fine, I'll take it. A pleasure doing business with you. You are in that wondrously odd sphere, are you not? I'll have my friend come by there tomorrow. How did you know where I needed your mage to go? I have ears all about town. Besides, where would planar creatures tend to be? The weirdest place in town, I'll wager. Go on, she'll be there tomorrow. Okay. So we'll have this lady in our sphere tomorrow. And I suppose that while we wait, I am going to attempt something that can be very dangerous, but it's also quite fun, and it's something to do while waiting for the mage to get there. And hopefully we don't get anyone killed. And this is a place that really I could delay this for later on, but I'm feeling like it. I'm feeling like doing this challenge now. We're gonna go into this place, which I've mentioned before. Can be very dangerous.
Yes.
But we are strong people. We are not afraid of that. So let me first check if everyone has their stuff. Okay. I have all of my spells, so we can actually attempt this. Now, the opponent we will face inside this very, very tiny room, which is also a relevant part for this fight, is quite powerful, so we're gonna do our usual pre-buffing strategies. So, starting with protection from evil and some emotions from Mr. Jan. More emotions.
What is it now?
Okay. So Edwin can start out by putting on some spirit armors. Help me out doing this. You also have some. I want some chaotic commands on myself. And give it to him as well. Corgan doesn't really need it. Okay. Now, protection from fire, also very important. Let's put it on Palpatine.
I am yours to
Do
command.
you also have it? You do, thank you. So go for Corgan. Protection from fire on Gerdelis. And I'm gonna start giving out protection from magical energy. So one's done. Protection from fire on myself, on Corgan. And he's gonna give it to Herdelis. He has the symbol, but it's because of his ring. This one here. So I still need to give him protection from fire. Give it to Jan. And give it to yourself. Okay, again, I need this on everybody because this room is very tiny. And that means that AoE effects
What shall I fetch now?
thrown out by the caster are gonna murder us. So I need to be protected.
Victory shall be ours.
Okay, I also want chaotic commands on Edwin, I would say. Okay, some more protection from magical energy.
Yes.
You put it on Vicky. Okay, Hercules is protected. Give it to Jan. And then Edwin will give it to himself.
What is it now?
Okay. Now, usual arcane stuff, blood on everyone, spell shields on everyone. Poor Jan still doesn't have one. I gotta find one for him. Remove fear. Now, does Vicky have anything else that's gonna be relevant in this fight? I guess I can put on some death wards. Yeah, get some death wards. Okay, and now all that we really need is nothing. Okay, so we can just wait for the death wards. Then we're gonna get some spell immunities and get going. So death ward on myself, it should be enough, honestly. And yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so let's go for this. Spell immunity duration. Jan, throw out the haste. I want improved haste.
Master, what should I fetch now?
On Korgan. Improved haste on Hercules. You open up this door. Can you? Did you already open it? Oh, okay, he did. Okay.
I am yours to command.
Now, I want Entropy Shield on yourself. And what else am I needing here?
Be quick with it.
Everybody seems to be buffed out of their minds. So this should be fine. Okay, I remembered. I want Jan to go in with True Sight. Okay, let's go in. Now, what we have here? We have a Lich. Long have I rested in the halls below the old city. Long have I been at peace. Your disturbance shall not go unpunished. Yes, that's all well and right. So let's put our fighters close by. We're gonna have Korgan in rage. Go over there. We're gonna have Erdelis go over there. And I'm gonna try and split up my casters. So I want myself over there, Edwin can stay on this corner. Jan, you can go over there, I suppose. And Vicky can come over here.
And the dead.
Okay. Okay, so the guy went invisible. I don't want to wait for True Sight to kick off, so let's begin by throwing out one of Jan's spells. Yeah, not item. Let's cast Detect Invisibility. And he also put out 2 Mordekainen swords. But let's actually wait and see what he does. He does a lot. So he has Fear Aura, expected from a Lich. He has Spell Trap. This is relevant. Mirror Image, Shadow Door, Shield. Protection from Fire, Protection from Acid, Protection from Magic Energy. Stone Skin, Mind Blank, and then a Chain Contingency with Protection from Magical Weapons. 2 Mordekainen swords and an Incendiary Cloud. Okay, so this is why we want Protection from Fire. Okay. So we should have the Incendiary Cloud on top of us already. We're not going to be hurt by it. Correct? Can we see the effect here? Not really. Okay, but Jan cast Detect Invisibility, so he is now revealed. I'm gonna have Edwin here cast 1 death spell to get rid of these magical swords. I'm not sure if they're gonna be annoying or if I can actually kill them both, since the sarcophagus is in the middle. But we're gonna have to try. Palpatine here is gonna throw a Ruby Ray of Reversal on the Lich to get rid of his spell trap.
Fate beckons us all.
And you guys can't really do much, can you? I guess you can cast a Mirror Image.
Victory shall be
And
ours.
Vicky.
You know this.
Vicky... You can cast Armor of Faith, just in case you get hit with something. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Ruby Ray, going out. And by the way, was he protected from anything else? Where is it? He has Spell Trap. But he doesn't really have any more counter magic or magical protection. So once this hits, he should be breachable.
Jon Janssen at
Oh.
your service.
Do you have a breach? No, of course not. Okay, so let's have Mr. Jan here cast his breach on the Lich, if I can see him, because this circle right here is the ruby ray going out. So, he got hit, spell protection's dispelled, spell protection's removed.
No damage.
Yes, no damage. That spell going out.
Busted bigger than you.
Okay, both swords got removed. Vicky, take care of this incendiary cloud. I don't want this on top of me. In case anybody gets dispelled and loses their magic resistance. Their fire resistance, I mean.
No damage.
Come on, breach. Okay, breach going out.
Much for being
Let's see if we can hit the guy. Okay, he's breached. He's taking damage and he's dead. Okay, so we were well prepared for this. The incendiary cloud could have been quite problematic, but having my people protected from fire made sure we weren't getting hit. He didn't even have time to actually cast a time stop or anything like that. So let me just check. What did he do? Because he didn't do much. He got a lot of pre-buffs, which are essentially irrelevant when dealing with fighters. His only saving grace was gonna be protection from magical weapons, but he only had Spell Trap to protect his buffs. Big mistake on his part, in my opinion. An offensive contingency, so not defensive. He could have chosen to buff himself, he didn't. What else did he do? He cast Remove Magic on Korgan, and that's why he started getting burned. But yeah, Korgan was the only one getting hit by that, actually. He got Ruby Raid. His illusion got dispelled, so he lost his mirror images due to True Sight on Vicky. And then he got murdered. Yeah, he was trying to cast something, but he got interrupted and dead. Okay. So yeah, trust me when I say this fight can go very, very wrong. Thankfully, it was not the case.
Got it.
What did you drop, my friend?
This sparrow is ready to fly.
Nothing that interesting, to be honest. We have another Sand Thief's Ring. This is always cool to have, so it's not a total loss. She actually has improved invis once per day. I always forget to use my items. Let's give this to to Edwin. Okay, you are currently rocking the Ring of Generation and Ring of Earth Control. Who got the Ring of the Ram? Vicky. Okay. So we've got a Wand of Cloud Kill, Lightning, Fire, and Terror. Ah, this is horrible. What? 20% chance of per use of the wheel. Oh, the wielder. Wait, what? This is a quarterstaff. What the hell? Yo, this sucks. This is horrible. I don't want to lose charisma. Okay, this is gonna be sold. And the wands, they can always be useful. So let's get one on Mr. Jan here, I suppose. And we still have this chest to loot. Is it trapped?
You sound like it shall be done with skill and care, if not brevity.
Okay, just double check it in case something goes wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No trap. And we have a very cool item here. We also put this here. Which is Daystar the Sunblade. Whether created specifically for use in the service of Torm or appropriated at some point in the long history of the Church, Paladins of the Loyal Fury have made good use of Daystar in their battles against evil undead. Through magic or blessing it is empowered... Through magic or blessing it is empowered... Through magic or blessing, it is empowered with the Sun Ray, a force of pure life energy so potent that it slays both living and unliving. Now, what does this do? This has the ability Sun Ray once per day. And what this does is, it deals 3d6 damage. Save versus spell or be blinded for 1 turn. Undead take an additional 1d6 points of damage per level of the caster, which is brutal. And they need to save versus spell or be completely destroyed. So this is a very, very nice ability. This has attack of +2, but it's effectively a +4 versus evil creatures. So wonderful to hit some of the most unhittable enemies in the game. And it also has the damage bonus of +4 versus evil creatures, and it does double damage against undead. It's a longsword. So this is a very, 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 very cool weapon. We're gonna give it to Mr. Herdelis here. It's gonna replace Ross, the Dancing Blade, which I haven't used once. You can still keep it here, I suppose. Okay. And over here we have nothing.
Do it.
Okay.
It's treason.
So we have a ton of buffs. Am I gonna use this for anything? I do not think so. So let's just have a rest here.
Fate beckons.
Refresh stone skins,
I'm busy.
I
melts,
can hear you just fine.
and go for a rest. Okay.
Patience, my friend.
Patience, my friend. You can also cast this, actually.
I got some cheap beer for you.
Your feeble skills are no match for the power.
Okay, and naturally, I forgot to mention, the guy gives us 22,000 experience, which is also cool. Now, let's see if the lady that was gonna help us with the Somniac Knights? Solemnic. Solemnic Knights is already at the sphere. So we're gonna go over there. And I believe that while we are doing the sphere quests, I may actually begin Balin Gale's, is this the name? Sometimes I forget. Galen Bale, not Balin Gale, jeez. Galen Bale's quest, give him the money for the Shadow Thieves, and see what they have to say. At least that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm at 76,000
I
gold.
haven't been this pleased with a group of folks since
So
the
I think I'm also gonna
Cormyreans
purchase
sent
some
the
items,
price of
especially
Paris
a
through
very
the roof
important one for
during the
Korgan.
Onion Famine.
Is this our friend? No, it's Theos again.
Do it.
Well, Palpatine, I return with your first duty under the yoke of the Cowled Wizards. I trust you have made yourself at home in this place? Say what you want, say what you must, and then leave. This is not a relationship I am fond of. Enough chatter. You are to forego your own concerns and do the task I set, though I do not understand why you have been chosen. It hardly seems worth the trouble. I bring 3 young mages. They have shown potential and have been removed from their homes that they might be cultivated into productive Cowled Wizards. These apprentices shall serve and observe while you direct their schooling. This will not require much, and they may even supply you with things you need. Name the whelps. I will see if they deserve tutelage. The first is Morul, and he speaks for the others. He is the son of a wealthy merchant, and his father would be most upset if something happened to his gifted child. Oh, okay, so they're here, but they're covered by fog. Okay. Hello, Palpatine. It will be an honor to study in your shadow. I'm sure. Next is Lars. He found some old magic texts and studied without his parents' knowledge. They feared the stigma you would bring and cast him out. Ah, wonderful parents. Cowards, I have found others that appreciate me now. Speak when spoken to, child. Next is Nara, from the area of trade meat. She was given to a temple as a foundling, and has since developed a taste of magic. I will serve as best I can, Palpatine. Nothing less is expected. Palpatine, they will receive their instruction from the Cowled Wizards directly, but you will determine the basics of their study. That is all. I doubt I was allowed to keep the sphere because I would make a good teacher. I am not responsible for granting it. This stinks of make work, but it is not for me to decide. I will return in future 10 days with additional duties. Well, screw you, sir.
Good day to you.
Ah, okay, so we already have a class. Yes, teacher? Have you valuable instruction to give us? Huh. There's no need for such formality. What exactly have you been studying? Little useless trinket enchantment. Oh, hush. At least we are getting instruction. Yeah, instruction on how to waste your talents. Stop it. We have to start somewhere. Palpatine, if you would direct us in what our next assignment should be, then we can begin. We have some choice in this, or rather, you do. You will be the owner of whatever we make. In minor enchantments, we have a couple of useful things. There's a little something I like to call the Wand of the Apprentice. When used, it randomly shoots fire, ice, or lightning. Very nasty. Materials will cost 1000 gold. No. I suggest we make a dagger for our new teacher. We'll call it the Dagger of Palpatine. How about that? It would only cost about 250 gold for supplies. Very good. Though I would prefer something a little more practical still. A ring of protection is a standard test in this discipline. It is a little risky though. What say you, Palpatine? It would cost 2000 gold. Okay, so... There's also a reason, or some reasons, let's say, why you might want to choose some specific options. So, I'm giving this information just because some of you guys might want to try this out and you'll know what I'm talking about. And in any given test, like Mortal just said, some of the options are a little riskier than others. What this means is, sometimes when you tell your apprentices to do something, there's a chance that one of them or some of them will die in the process. So, in this case, I think the coolest one is the Dagger of Palpatine, having an item named after me. And also the other two options aren't really that appealing, right? So we have enough rings of protection, and I certainly don't care for a wand that shoots fire or lightning or ice. We have a ton of those already. So we're gonna go for the Dagger of Palpatine, which is also the safest one to make. So if you choose this, none of your apprentices will die in the process. So the Dagger of Palpatine sounds really nice. Mine? Well, I'm flattered that you would want to be flattered. I'll try to have it as soon as possible. And we paid 250 gold, it's also the cheapest one. It will take a while to do it properly. I think a few days will do it. Yes, that will suffice. In that time, you will have your item, Palpatine. Wish us well. Okay, and so our friends here get to work on their enchantments and stuff. So we can just go about our business and come back in a couple of days. And the lady that's gonna help the Solemnic Knights, is she in this room? Or has she not shown up yet? Okay, I don't think she's shown up yet. Can I tell her that we're helping her?
You are welcome in my sight.
Ah, okay, we can. Hello, Palpatine. Have you a good word for us? Is there anything that can be done for us? Can we be sent home? I have arranged for a mage to come and send you home. It was quite expensive. Then we are in your debt. I cannot say how happy this makes me feel. I eagerly await their arrival and our departure. Again, thank you. Okay, so we just need to wait for the mage to appear. And since we're here, I might as well have a rest to also showcase a useful function of this place, which is you can rest without interruption inside.
Patience, my friend.
However, the mage has still not appeared. Say this again.
What should I fetch now?
And if she doesn't show up in this rest, I'm just gonna go and do something else for a while. Still no. Lady? Where? Ah, okay. There she is. Colinus Puck.
You are welcome in my sight.
Hello, Palpatine. Rivald has told me you wish some people sent to their proper plane. Knights of some sort. Are you ready to do this? Well, let us ask the knights themselves if they are ready to go. We are ready, of course. Our home beckons from beyond the walls of dimensions. Yes, well, be that as it may, this might sting a bit. Farewell then, and farewell to you, Palpatine. A pleasure doing business with you. Wait! One last second. Palpatine, we know this was not an inexpensive gift that you gave to us. That is why we have something for you in return. Ooh. Take this. It is a small token of our gratitude. Well met and safe travels. And with that, we are gone. Ooh. Okay, so we've helped our friends, the Solemnic Knights, get back their plane. They gave us an item, which is a very, very, very underwhelming item. It's just a belt that gives you +3 AC versus slashing attacks. It's not totally useless, I don't think. I prefer that one. We can give it to Vicky, I suppose. Yeah. The most relevant part here is obviously the 45,000 experience that we get for helping them.
So be
In the meanwhile, actually let's
I
go
haven't been this
outside.
pleased with a group of folks
What am I
since
gonna
the
do?
Cormyreans sent the price of turnips through the roof during the onion famine.
Okay, so my apprentices. This is Watcher's Keep. My apprentices should take a little while longer to complete that item. So we are first going to explore
execute
a little
Order
bit.
66.
Corgan, don't get stuck. And in fact, we're gonna go into the slums, not slums, the Copper Coronet. We're already in the slums. And pick up an item for our friend here, Mr. Corgan. Come on, Vicky. I should honestly get accustomed to casting haste to move around the city more often. Okay. And what I want here is to speak with Mr. Yoluv.
You'll find no better prices in armor. I guarantee it.
Greetings. I am Joluv. I have recently arrived from the 10 towns of Icewind Dale. It was a long trek, but I wanted to get the most value I could from the items I had collected up north. Okay. Athkatla is known as the richest city in all of Faerun, so I knew there would be adventurers about with the amount of coin I was looking for. Would you like to take a look at my wares? Yes. So, we've seen this before. And there's a couple of very useful items here. But the one we really want is this one, the Defender of Easthaven. Now, I am going to try and improve my standing with the guy, so 33,600. If I get a Charisma boost,
Have a look at my wares.
it goes up to
All in satisfactory condition.
31,500. I'm not sure if the limit for the Charisma boost is actually at 20. or if it's a 25. Now, was I smart enough to include friends as a useful spell? Of course I wasn't. God damn it, past me. Just check if I also have a few others. Yeah, I do. Because this definitely counts as a useful item in specific situations. So let's put 5 of them into the useful spell case. And let's check out if this makes any difference.
My skills, I see.
Oh no! Jan?
At once,
Okay, Jan
your
didn't use it.
worship.
Okay, thank you. It only affects the caster, so give it to Palpatine. Okay, 25 charisma.
Do it.
You look like the sort who has more than 2 gold pieces to rub together.
Ah, okay, so sadly it doesn't improve any further. So still, 31,500, and there is nothing else that I want from here. This is a funny effect. Yeah, okay. It still hurts a bit paying all this money for this item, but it's a very important item. We're gonna give this to our friend here, Mr. Corgan. He's gonna go to -5 AC. And he now has 20% resistance to slashing, piercing, and crushing damage. And this stacks with an HLA he's gonna receive further on. But for now, it's just a passive boost to his defensive skills.
It's treason, then.
Let's put this back here. This can go back over there. This can stay like this. Okay. Double checking if there's anything else I need. Cult of the Islands, I'll just keep. Okay.
Patience, my
You
friend.
must gather your party before venturing forth.
I can feel your anger.
Alright, so I'm gonna put myself in front of Mr. Galen Bale's home. And since this is gonna start a new chapter, let's say, in our adventure, I think it's a good spot to end the episode here and continue on the next one. Fresh episode with a fresh I don't want to say quest. A fresh section of the story unfolding. Yeah. So, as always, guys, I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough of Baldur's Gate 2. If you have any thoughts, any questions about the game, leave a comment. If you want to get notified about future videos coming to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, stay safe, everyone.